Hi everyone, I am Ndumi Somdai, aka The Spiritual Seeker. I am an independent researcher and a member of Blackspace Azania. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more conversations and reflections inspired by the philosophy of Black consciousness. We previously looked at the Negro and language, the first chapter of the book we are currently reading, Frantz Fanon's Black Skin, White Mask, originally published in French in 1952 and translated into English in 1967. We are currently reading a 2008 edition that includes forwards by Zaudin Sada and Homi K. Baba. In this chapter, The Woman of Color and the White Man, Fanon examines what happens when romantic or intimate relationships are viewed within the structure of anti-Blackness. We often talk about how anti-Blackness must not be reduced to interpersonal relations, and that anti-Blackness is not hate, dislike, or prejudice, but a structure that positions Black people in contradistinction to categories of race, class, gender, sexuality, nationality, among others. How anti-Blackness also shapes our choices, perspectives, and desires within romantic relationships. In this chapter specifically, Fanon builds on the idea he introduced earlier concerning the diametrical differences between not only white people and Black people, but between mankind itself and Blackness. Fanon reads Mayotte, Capécia, suis, Martiniquaise to analyze how colonialism penetrates the collective unconscious of the colonized, shaping their understanding of themselves, their desires, and their relationships with others. Through Capécia's attraction to whiteness, Fanon explores how anti-Blackness manifests within intimate relationships, with whiteness coming to represent beauty, desirability, social value, and civilization, while Blackness becomes associated with inferiority and something that needs to be transcended. Mayotte Capécia, through her marriage to a white man, is living out her childhood dream as someone who's always been excluded. That exclusion emerging from the Venetian divide between whites and blacks, colonizers and the colonized, oppressors and the oppressed. That is, the zone of being and the zone of non-being. Capécia's experience allows Fanon to demonstrate that colonial domination is not confined to political, economic, and physical relations, that it also operates within the psyche, producing alienation and a divided sense of self. Decolonization, therefore, must involve not only transforming external structures of domination, but also confronting the internalized values through which the colonized come to perceive themselves and the world. At the same time, I think Patrice Douglas, the author of Engineering Blackness, published in 2025, would caution us against treating Capécia's experience primarily as a matter of psychological internalization. Instead, the analysis would shift toward the conditions through which Blackness is constituted, particularly through the concept of racial sexuation, which describes the process through which the enslaved are rendered vulnerable to sexual and other forms of violence. In this sense, Blackness would not simply be an identity upon which colonial ideology is imposed, but an existence of non-being produced within a racial, sexual order that positions the Black as fundamentally vulnerable and outside the category of the human. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and help us get to 500 subscribers. Thank you.